You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about the Bears. Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, as we know, it was a nightmarish start for Bears fans and for the Chicago Bears. Complete with Ben Johnson caught on camera going, God, as the night was progressing and the meltdown was happening. And I've got a couple of things. Ben Johnson has made comments on what happened the other night, and we got a website, Sports Mockery, which is a pretty good website for Chicago sports. They did a bit of a breakdown on Caleb Williams, and there is some good takeaways in this, I think. A lot of people were pointing out that once Caleb Williams got away from Ben Johnson's scripted plays that were set up for him to sort of know where his reads were going to be, and he had to get to the flow of the offense, run what's called, yada, 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 impromptu, it became a disaster. All right? And a lot of people came out of the game the other night saying, look, we literally watched J.J. McCarthy progress throughout a game more than Caleb Williams has progressed since he's been in the league. Now, I don't know that I would take it that far, but a lot of the deficiencies that Caleb Williams had, he still has. Hanging on to the ball too long. Inaccuracy. That miss to DJ Moore was inexcusable. It was inexcusable. So, let's start with Ben Johnson before we get to sort of some commentary on the incompletions. Who is this? Michael David Smith at PFT. The Bears lost their first game under head coach Ben Johnson. Inconsistent night for Caleb Williams, and Johnson said after watching the tape, Williams had too many plays that he'd like to be able to redo. I got to tell you, Ben Johnson is not going to wait long before making a switch at quarterback. He's not. This guy's got the juice. He's the guy. They're going to trust Ben Johnson on this team. Quote, it was up and down. We had mixed results, Johnson said. There were some things he did that were top notch, and I would put him up there with some of the best in the NFL. He had a couple of throws with guys in his face that he delivered on target that were very tough. And yet, there were still some that we would like to have back. There were probably 3 or 4 of them that we counted on tape at minimum that we would want back. We chatted for a while, and he was very self-reflective on it and critical of himself. It's a starting point for us, so we'll look to get better next week. The Bears' first drive was a thing of beauty with Williams looking poised and in control while passing and ending up running the ball into the red zone himself. But after that, Williams went through a long stretch of poor play, brightened only by a late drive that proved to be too little too late. Quote, some good football on tape, but too much inconsistent football that popped up, Johnson said. The effort wasn't an issue. Those guys did a good job of playing hard and completed the whole night, but the execution has got to improve, particularly there in the fourth quarter. He goes on to say, second season for Caleb Williams. We all know that. So, we go over here, and Eric Lambert went back and looked at the tape. So when I went back and looked at what happened to a degree, there were certain plays in which Williams had no shot. The defense had the right coverage call or got pressure too quickly. However, of the 14 incompletions Williams threw Monday night, I counted 10 that were primarily his fault. Yikes. Either he didn't see an open man, saw them, but didn't pull the trigger. That's not good. and simply missed them with his throw. Number one, sells the ball too high and wide for Moore on a post. We all saw that one. Has Luther Burden open in the flat, looks that way and passes on it. Misfires to the outlet to Swift. Throws the ball behind Zacchaeus on an out. Puts it in the dirt at Zacchaeus' feet. Yikes. Throws it too wide over the middle to commit. Vikings defender read Williams all the way and almost pick-sixed it. Yikes. Has Moore over the middle, didn't pull the trigger, sacks himself. God. Airmails commit. Airmails DJ Moore, who would have had a touchdown. That was the bad one. It was an easy touchdown. Got to Swift too late, put the ball high. So that is not good. Caleb Williams' primary issue was accuracy. There were only 2 notable plays in which he had a guy open and didn't pull the trigger. The other 8 were him missing the open guy with an errant pass. Yikes. Yikes. It's not good. That is not good at all. It is not unreasonable to believe the Bears will win that game if Williams hits even half of those misses. The popular saying in the NFL is that you can't miss layups. Mitch Trubisky had that problem. So did Justin Fields. This is not something Williams can let persist. And, of course, the prior 2 failed Bears quarterbacks, although there's a portion of the Bears fandom, and I'm not a Bears fan, but I will say this. A lot of Bears fans, a lot of NFL fans think there's a world where Justin Fields should still be the quarterback there. That said, I don't know that Ben Johnson would love Justin Fields either, to be honest with you. He wants a guy that can sit in the pocket and rip it. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of interesting storylines in the NFC North, no doubt about it. Packers looked real good. Parsons made an impact already. That whole team all around looks good. That defense looks good. Lions, it's going to, losing your offensive and defensive coordinator, it can expose a lot of things about a team. And the Vikings, they got a good team all the way around too. Now, can JJ continue to be clutch? I think he can. Played in a lot of big games in college, never flinched. I know. I watched every single snap that kid ever took. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.